Hey everyone, I hope you're doing well and staying safe during this time. If you're new here, welcome to the channel. Like I said, thank you so much for checking me out. If you haven't done so, please make sure to hit that subscribe button just right below the video. Cool, thank you so much. I really do appreciate it. And if you're returning, welcome back. Thanks again for your support. I truly do appreciate having you here.
As it turns out, that it's not just XRP holders and Ripple that are having serious issues with the asshats at the Securities and Exchange Commission. As it turns out, Elon Musk not so happy with them. Now, technically, we already knew that. I mean, back in 2018, and I'm going to go through some of the history with you. Back in 2018, Elon Musk stated, and this is a direct quote, "I do not respect the SEC." That's a direct quote. And he went on to state that he respects the justice system. And so I tell you what, I feel about the same. And so I'm just sitting here wondering, with them having the same troubles that, in some ways, the concerns overlap, that XRP holders and Ripple's been having with the SEC, because there are enough bad people over there involved in the decision-making process where it's just, like, these are bad people. Not that everybody in the SEC is bad, but there are some bad apples over there, very clearly. And I think it even rises to the top, you can even think as high as the guy that's running the damn show, SEC Supreme Leader and Dictator Kim Jong-Gary. It starts at the top. There's got to be a very disgusting culture at this place, I would think. But I want to share with you what he had to say about this, and it was covered by mainstream media. I've also got this story, and this is a cool one. Stasis to issue Euro stablecoin on the XRP ledger. Indeed, Ripple has partnered with Stasis, which is, at least they describe themselves, and fair enough, as an established leader in Euro-backed stablecoin production. And it's just good to see the XRP ledger continue to be adopted despite what the SEC is doing in trying to tear down everything even closely relating to XRP. And then also a little bit of sad news. The XRP Rich List website no longer exists. It has been removed from the internet, and I will explain the reasons why. But I want to be clear at the outset, I do not have a legal or financial background of any kind. I'm not offering legal or financial advice, and you definitely should not buy or sell anything because of anything that I say or write. I'm just an enthusiast who enjoys making YouTube videos about crypto-related topics, but just as a hobby, and just for fun. Damn it. And so I first came across this story this morning thanks to Zero Hedge. And massive, I'm sure many of you are familiar. This went to 1.2 million followers. And they wrote it in all caps, which, is attention grabbing. But they wrote the following: Elon Musk accuses U.S. Securities and Exchange Commission of conducting unrelenting investigation into him and Tesla. in a court filing stated that. Musk says he sees probes as effort to, quote, chill his free speech, end quote, once court hearing on SEC conduct, court filing. So what do you know? Another major call for an investigation into the SEC. Doesn't this just sound like the same nonsense, the same approach that the SEC's taking? Whoever the SEC goes after, my gosh, it's never the approach. Even if it's just a friendly discussion at first, it's never really a friendly conversation. The SEC just goes from 0 to 60. They go from I don't know who you are to I'm now your enemy and combatant. That's basically what it's like. And then somebody named Joshua responded to that and wrote, Elon Musk, and tagged Elon Musk there. If you want to take your battle with the SEC to the next level, have Tesla start accepting XRP for payment. And I thought that was good. You may recall that Tesla was accepting last year for a short period. They were accepting Bitcoin as payment for their vehicles, but they quickly turned that off because Bitcoin, as it turns out, as a result of mining, not exactly friendly for the environment. And given that Tesla, the way that they're marketing their vehicles, even though they're coal-powered vehicles, they're marketing them as super duper green, and so the two don't really jive, right? So I even stated back then, I was like, well, look, because he described what he wanted. He described what Tesla would want in a cryptocurrency. It would need to be basically carbon neutral, this and that, whatever it was, it needs to be blazing fast, all this. He basically described XRP, and he may not have had XRP on the mind, fine, I'm not claiming that he was, but he basically described what XRP is, and I'm like, damn it, we'll just start accepting XRP then and be done with it. Now, I wouldn't expect him to do that given that the SEC is going after Ripple today, but who knows, maybe one day in the future that would actually be a possibility. Maybe they'll accept multiple coins. But I do know that his true love is Doge, so I get it, I understand that too. But anyway, so here's the headline on this topic from CNBC. Tesla CEO Musk accuses SEC of calculated effort to chill his right to free speech. Tesla CEO Elon Musk accused the SEC of harassment in a calculated effort to chill his right to free speech in its oversight of his communications with shareholders as part of a 2018 agreement that settled civil securities charges against the billionaire. Musk and Tesla thought settling the charges would end the agency's harassment of Musk and allow the court, not the agency, to monitor his compliance, Musk's lawyer wrote in a new court filing Thursday. But the SEC has broken its promises, he wrote, alleging that the agency has been weaponizing the consent decree by using it to try to muzzle and harass Mr. Musk and Tesla. And so look, obviously the SEC not thrilled with Musk having stated back in 2018 that, quote, again, the quote was, I do not respect the SEC. That's a direct quote from Elon Musk, and I'd say for good reason. I don't think the SEC took too kindly to that. And they're not being adults, they're not being nice people, they're being the asshats that we all know them to be. Showing their true colors. And again, anybody in the XRP community at this point that's following the story, which is a ton of us, you're not going to be surprised to hear this. It's just good to see that somebody else is fighting back, even that's a different story. I understand it's not related exactly to XRP, but it's just good to see some pushback, right? Anyway, piece continues. The agency also hasn't yet distributed to shareholders the $40 million it fined Musk and the company as part of the 2018 settlement, according to the filing, which seeks a hearing on the matter. The SEC seems to be targeting Mr. Musk and Tesla for unrelenting investigation, largely because Mr. Musk remains an outspoken critic of the government. Alex Spiro, a lawyer for Musk and Tesla, said in the new filing, seeking to bring the agency's 2018 securities case against him to a close. The SEC's outsized efforts seem calculated to chill his exercise of First Amendment rights rather than to enforce generally applicable laws in even-handed fashion. Exactly. So taking a hammer to this. Wouldn't be surprised at all to find that this is true, seeing how the SEC is behaving in this case and other crypto-related cases, and how Kim Jong-Gary just wants to take over the planet. Even things that have nothing to do with securities law, he just wants to regulate it because of reasons. Because he's Kim Jong-Gary, and that's what dictators do. Piece continues. The letter comes more than a week after Tesla disclosed that the SEC issued a new subpoena to the automaker in November 2021. The financial regulator is trying to determine whether Musk and Tesla complied with a revised settlement agreement that the SEC struck with them in 2019. According to Tesla's filing, the agency is seeking information on the company's governance processes around compliance with the SEC settlements as amended. And so I don't want to read the whole article, but if you're wondering where this started, I will mention this before moving on to the next topic. There's this tweet from August 7th, 2018, which really kicked this off, and this is from Elon Musk's official Twitter account, in which he wrote, "Am considering taking Tesla private at $420. Funding secured." That's the tweet. And so the SEC came in and said, this isn't true. It's not in line with reality. I'm paraphrasing, obviously. But there's no sort of proof or at least not communicated to the SEC, certainly, that there's actually funding secured. And so the SEC's perspective was that Elon Musk stepped out of line, and making that comment was illegal because it would impact the market having to do with Tesla and what this might mean and what it might do in sort of terms of impacting the market price of Tesla stock. And so ultimately there was a settlement. And apparently that settlement hasn't been dispersed to the intended recipients even after all these years. Yay, SEC, everybody. But that's where all this stemmed from, anyway. All right, now into the next topic. And I came across this thanks to Matt Hamilton, who is a Ripple employee. And I think he's been at Ripple for just over a year now, but he's actually been in the XRP community for several years. I think perhaps dating back to 2016, if memory does indeed serve. And he's one of the individuals that, especially in my earliest days, I learned a ton from. And he's just a wealth of knowledge, so I still learn things. Just always happy to see him pop up in my Twitter feed, frankly. But yeah, he's one of the guys that I think when I think back to my earliest days when I was just trying to get a handle on XRP, does it actually make sense for me to purchase this? What's Ripple doing with it? Is it truly decentralized? All these big picture questions. What are other developers doing? All this stuff. He was one of the people that I just read a ton from, and he even answered some of my questions in the earliest days. So, like I said, it's just kind of neat to see somebody like that ultimately jump on board and become an employee at Ripple and still continue to contribute to the community. And so anyway, he shared this story, and he wrote the following. The XRP ledger was the first blockchain to allow the tokenization of assets back in 2012. And then he lists a bunch of currencies there. And he wrote, having Stasis issue euros on the XRP ledger as the first major cross-chain euro stablecoin is fantastic news. And I don't mind seeing this in the least. And so here's the headline, Stasis to issue euro stablecoin on the XRP ledger. And here you go. Stasis, an established leader in euro-backed stablecoin production, today announced it will issue the euro stablecoin on the XRP ledger due to its scalability, speed, low cost, and carbon neutrality. The partnership also provides developers, institutions, and consumers who hold euros with easy on and off ramps. You know what this makes me think about too, and this is kind of ridiculous because attorney John Deaton, he talks about somewhat frequently how the fastest way to move Bitcoin is on the XRP ledger. Now, of course, understand what that means. It's a representation of Bitcoin on the XRP ledger, but his point's certainly not lost on me. Because you can issue an asset, a token representing any asset on the planet that you want, including Bitcoin, and so that can be a quick way to move it. And he points out from time to time that the Bitcoin being moved, that's not the security, but like the point, whatever it is, I can't remember exactly how small of a fraction it is. It's like 0.00005 or something like that, XRP, whatever it is. This tiny fraction of one single XRP that makes the transaction possible. That's the security. That's the security, not the asset getting moved, even if it's Bitcoin. And to remind you, and also the fact that it's representative from a legal perspective doesn't mean that it wouldn't have the same legal implications as Bitcoin itself. SEC Supreme Leader and Dictator Kim Jong-un has made it very clear that, for instance, even if you had a wrapped token XRP, it's going to fall under the same category as XRP itself. If it's a representation designed to move in tandem with the underlying asset, then from a legal perspective, it's the same thing. So even though it's not technically Bitcoin, because Bitcoin only stays on the Bitcoin blockchain, it doesn't matter. The point is, it's a representation, even if on the XRP ledger, intended to be tied to the underlying Bitcoin itself. So it's just funny to think that's okay. The Bitcoin itself, that's not the security, even if represented on the XRP ledger, but the tiny fraction of XRP that's burnt to move it, that's the security. Completely absurd. And so the reason I was thinking about that, though, is because now you've got a euro stablecoin on here. So I don't know what Kim Jong-un is going to say about this, but he wants to come after DeFi. He wants to come after stablecoins. He wants to come after exchanges, centralized and decentralized, frankly, and ICOs, and just everything under the sun. So who knows? Who the hell knows? Maybe this gets attacked at some point. Oh, God, I hope not. But we do know that Gary wants to come after stablecoins, so we'll see. Anyway, Pete continues. Euros is the leading euro stablecoin. It's EURS. I'm not sure how it's intended to be enunciated. Maybe just euros. Maybe that's how they intended for it to be enunciated. That would make sense, I guess, so I'll just call it that. Euros is the leading euro stablecoin, and among the top 10 stablecoins globally. Ripple will provide Stasis with the technical support necessary to integrate euros with XRP Ledger in the second half of 2022. And here's a quote. Since Stasis is destined to lead innovation in the stablecoin technology and digital asset space, we are delighted to partner with Ripple as the trailblazer of this realm, said Stasis CEO Gregory Klumov. The partnership will focus on exploring options to provide our clients with greater financial access to stablecoin infrastructure and services via the XRP Ledger. That's the end of the quote. And so I think XRP is already native, obviously, to the XRP Ledger. And so if you want to move around any asset that's on there, hey, or just have an off-ramp, you can switch to XRP, which there's no shortage of on the XRP Ledger, rather quickly. So if that in any way ends up resulting in an increase of adoption over the long haul for XRP, I'm all for it. And it could, because you're talking about a stable coin here. All right, into the final story, and this, I was so disappointed to see this. The XRP Rich List website no longer exists. I love this website. I've used it so many times over the years. Created by Weetsay Wind, who of course is also the founder of XRPL Labs, which is funded through Ripple Spring Initiative, which has been rebranded now at this point as Ripple X. And they're also the creators of the Sum Wallet, XUMM Sum Wallet. Well, fortunately, just today we got the note that the XRP Rich List website is no more, which is what you're seeing on your screen right now. And so I don't think it's necessary for me to read through the whole thing. It's on your screen. If you want to read it, just hit pause. You can check it out. But in a nutshell, what he's saying here is he just doesn't have time to update this and give it the attention that it deserves. And he thinks that there are other services out there that are somewhat similar and you can get the information out there. But I got a sweet spot for this thing. I mean, I remember checking this thing like 4 years ago. It's neat. You punch in your wallet address and bam, it tells you how you're ranked. It's a fun website, and he's still getting a ton of web traffic too. He stated here as well. It's just that it needs to be up. It's outdated. That's what he's saying. And then he did provide links to a number of other websites, and I actually have used a couple of them. So I'll have to check out the rest of their couple here. Actually, I've technically been to all of them. It's just the question of how in depth have I looked at them. So at this point, I should probably find out what other websites have data that's highly relevant and useful. And anyone can make something like this if you know how to code anyway, because you're just pulling data from the public ledger. But this is just something I use. I guess for me, it's part of its habit now just to go there and check it out. And actually, one of the reasons I'd go there so regularly wasn't even I wasn't even always punching in my any of my wallet addresses. It was the quickest way that I could think off the top of my head to see how many XRP accounts exist, because it was tallied on one of the main pages, and I just type in ledger.expose, which is the website, and then bam, it was just right there.
I'm your guy. I will keep you posted. I'm your advocate. I'll be back on a daily basis, usually multiple times per day, with these videos to keep you updated with everything going on. So I hope you enjoyed the video. If you haven't done so, make sure to hit that subscribe button. Feel free to share any of my videos with your friends, family, social media, or anybody who may care to listen. Thanks so much for your continued support. I'm always here for you. I want to help you through this time. So thank you so much for continuing to choose me. Enjoy your day, stay safe, and I'll catch you again probably in a couple hours. Thanks, everybody. See you later.